Which singer was just named Billboard's Woman of the Year? Stay tuned to find out.
And which early 2000s sitcom has a new spin-off series? We talk about it later tonight.
Making Kent feel like Hollywood. This is The Blurb. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Now, Cameron, what do you have to start with us? Because I just heard recently that there might have been a very special delivery.
Absolutely. The Kardashian clan just keeps on growing, and it's getting hard to keep up. Kylie Jenner announced on her Instagram Sunday evening that she is a mother once again. Jenner welcomed her second baby with Travis Scott on February 2nd, just one day after her oldest, Stormi's, birthday. A representative for Jenner confirmed that she gave birth to a healthy baby boy, but there's currently no news on his name. A big congrats to Kylie and her family. That's so exciting. And if it seems like you can't turn your head without hearing something about Tom Holland and Zendaya, it's because you're right. This generation's Spidey and MJ have been in the news constantly for their talents and romance alike. And apparently they have decided to take their relationship to the next level. The couple just bought a house together only 4 miles from Holland's childhood home in southwest London. Their new house will reportedly include a gym, theater room, man cave, and a reasonable 6 bedrooms. Holland and Zendaya have only been publicly together since July, but it's obvious that these two plan to stick together for a long time. I love them together.
Yes, me too. Well, hopping across the ocean, hear ye, England just got a new queen. Sort of. In honor of her 70 years on the throne, Queen Elizabeth released a message that cleared up some uncertainties about her successors. Now, the Queen declared that when the time comes and Prince Charles ascends to the throne, she would like Camilla to be referred to as Queen Consort, the term for a ruling king's wife. Now, after Camilla and Charles first got married, it was announced that she would be Princess Consort, but due to Camilla's loyal service to the crown, she now holds the title of Royal Lady of the Most Noble Order of the Garter, the oldest and most senior order of chivalry. Now, it was in quotes, loyal service. So the Queen also noted the importance of support from a spouse for the monarch, which of course refers back to the late Prince Philip. Now, in the ever-growing conversation about concert safety, Billie Eilish joined the chat after an incident this past weekend. During her performance on Saturday for her Happier Than Ever World Tour, Eilish became aware of an audience's members' inability to breathe. The singer then asked the fan if they needed an inhaler, which was then retrieved from backstage. Eilish also told the audience to hold on because, I quote, "I wait for people to be okay until I keep going," which many have declared a dig at Travis Scott's for the tragedies of the Astroworld concert last year. TMZ also reported the Eilish will be filling the spot at Coachella that was left open after Scott was dropped from the lineup.
Now, some more news in music. Olivia Rodrigo is being honored at the Billboard Women in Music Awards and has just been officially named Billboard's 2022 Woman of the Year. After her debut album won several awards and broke numerous records, Billboard's editorial director claimed she is on her way to become a pop legend. Rodrigo will make an appearance at the awards, but it is still unknown if she will be performing or not. Tickets are currently available to the public for the first time ever, and the event will take place on March 2nd at the YouTube Theater in Hollywood Park.
Maybe I'll get my driver's license to see that.
Good one. Actor James McAvoy is known for keeping his personal life private, but even the X-Men star couldn't help spilling this one. McAvoy recently shared in an interview with The Guardian that he married his girlfriend, Lisa Liberati, whom he met while filming a movie in Philadelphia in 2016. However, McAvoy didn't provide any further information about married life because his fear of creating tabloid fodder. The occurrence isn't unusual for the actor, having a policy of keeping his life out of the spotlight, including information about his past marriage to Anne-Marie Duff. Despite the limited details about the newlyweds, we couldn't be happier for the couple.
I would just like to point out, yes, I do have my driver's license. Had it for about 5 years now.
Amazing.
So anyways, the hit HBO series Euphoria will officially be returning for a third season. The renewal comes as the second and current season continues to produce record ratings for HBO and HBO Max alike, with, get this, over 14 million weekly viewers. The show follows Rue, who has relapsed as she faces issues in her relationship with Jules, all while tensions rise between pretty much every other character in the series. Written, directed, and executive produced by Sam Levinson, the show has already won 3 Emmys and continues to gain the attention of critics. Now, episodes of Euphoria are premiering every Sunday until the end of the month. Fox's popular primetime series, The Masked Singer, has made headlines after a supposed walk-off from several of the judges. At the pivotal time of the unmasking, one of the contestants was revealed to be the controversial Rudy Giuliani. His song, nor his costume, will be revealed until the episode premieres, but apparently when he did demask, judges Ken Jeong and Robin Thicke exited the stage in protest to his appearance. While the show is known for its dramatic reveals, this was most certainly not what people were expecting. Fox has not commented about the event, but if you want to see the drama unfold for yourself, this episode of The Masked Singer will premiere next month on Fox.
And Joe Bro fans are in for some good news. That's Jonas Brother, because Joe Jonas announced on social media Monday that he and the rest of DNCE are reuniting. In fact, the singer stated that we're getting new music, new vibes, new flavors, new collaborations, and a new era is incoming. The band released a brand new logo along with a snippet of their latest single to go along with the announcement. The single, called Dancing Feet, is a collaboration with Norwegian DJ Kygo about living life to the fullest. You can pre-save Dancing Feet now on the band's website.
And if you feel like you're out of the Marvel pop culture loop, no need to worry. Channing Tatum is right there with you. Tatum, who has once set to play the iconic comic character Gambit, apparently is unable to watch the movies after the cancellation of his own film. Gambit was supposed to be set in Fox's X-Men universe, but after the merger with Disney, the project was shelved, and in a recent interview, however, Tatum revealed that the movie was written and pretty much ready to be made. It even had an October 2016 release date, but the rejection of Tatum's comic-inspired baby still has him admittedly in recovery, unable to watch any movie with a Marvel superhero.
Well, and stay with us, because when we get back, we'll be taking a deep dive into all of the Spears family drama. You won't want to miss it.
Welcome back. Now, I think it's easy to say that this feud we're talking about is toxic, especially considering that the two who are feuding are sisters.
Britney and Jamie Lynn Spears are feuding following Britney Spears' dad having conservatorship over her. This conservatorship has now ended, but fans and Britney are criticizing Jamie Lynn's apparent lack of support throughout the whole court hearing. Some stuff that Jamie Lynn Spears got hate for was her not supporting the #FreeBritney movement that was trending all over social media. Other things that she was criticized for was trying to gain more control of her sister's fortune and not attending any rallies to support her sister.
Now, Britney called out all of her family, saying that they should all be in jail for what they did to her, and slammed her sister Jamie for trying to sell a book at her expense. That's just scraping the surface of this feud. There's still so much to cover between these two, but I think it's time for us to give a quick overview of our own thoughts on the situation.
Honestly, I think that Jamie Lynn probably shouldn't have said anything at all.
I think if she kind of would have just stayed under the radar, she would have definitely not have gotten as much hate as she would have. I think that Britney has a right, though, to complain about, I mean, especially, she wrote a book about her. That's like such a low blow. Like, I just can't believe that at all.
I feel like within family, that should have just been handled behind closed doors. It did not need to be handled so publicly within like a book at all.
Oh my gosh, the fact that it was taken in the public eye, that's just, it's such a trying time also for all of them, especially now that Britney, the conservatorship is like not happening anymore, which thankfully that's great news for Britney. But this whole situation is just definitely should have probably been taken off screen.
Yes, for sure. And I know that former co-star of Jamie Lynn, Alexa Nichols, had mentioned that Britney Spears had recently apologized to her
Really?
for like the way that she was treated back in her Zoe 101 days on the show, and that was very interesting.
Wow, that really is. All right.
To wrap it up tonight, we have the new Hulu series, How I Met Your Father, is making headway. Hear how after the break.
How I Met Your Mother is an American sitcom that aired from 2005 to 2014. Fans loved following the mystery of Ted Mosby's love life as he searched for his future wife. Along with an influx of reboots in film and television, Hulu has released the first few episodes of a spin-off series called How I Met Your Father. Still in the infancy of its very first season, How I Met Your Father has a lot of similarities to its predecessor. Like How I Met Your Mother, How I Met Your Father is narrated in past tense as the future version of the main character tells their children the story of, well, you know. Both series follow a close-knit friend group as they navigate the difficulty of dating in a large city. Like How I Met Your Mother, the spin-off series' first episode depicts an engagement. Both series feature the exact same unrealistically spacious New York apartment. Even some of the characters seem to take inspiration from the original, with bespoke Charlie mirroring the always suited-up Barney Stinson. But despite these similarities, there is one difference that makes the How I Met Your Father mystery different than that of the original. While How I Met Your Mother's Ted could have met his perfect match at any point, the new series tells audiences that main character Sophie meets her future match in the events of the very first episode. The only problem? It could be any one of the eligible bachelors she meets for the first time that night, including Jesse, Ian, Charlie, Sid, and wildcard Drew. To follow the series mystery unfold, tune in to Hulu every Tuesday to catch the release of a new episode.
Well, if we aren't going to get a Lizzie McGuire reboot, at least we get to see Hilary Duff in this. But let's dive into some of our predictions. I'm curious, who do you think that she's going to end up with? It's one of those guys that she meets in that night, but
Yes.
who do you think it could be?
Okay, well, first off, let's talk about how Josh Peck and Hilary Duff are on screen together. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Two of our Nickelodeon are two of my childhood. I was diehard fans of both of them.
Absolutely.
In my childhood, and now they're together on screen. It
One
makes me so
Disney,
happy.
one Nickelodeon.
Exactly.
I mean, crazy, but they've reunited for this.
Yes, I love them. It makes me so happy.
Which is fantastic. But I'm
Yes.
curious, do you have any predictions, kind of meeting all of the guys, where do you think this could go?
Right, okay. So I think that Jesse, her friend, I think he definitely has a crush on her.
Absolutely.
I think that something is definitely going to happen between the two of them. I don't know, it just seems right. And the show How I Met Your Father definitely shows some parallels to How I Met Your Mother.
Absolutely.
It kind of in the pining, wanting a relationship for somebody that you don't know if they have feelings for you or not. And I really see that going somewhere.
Absolutely. And I think that we see that, friendship turn into a long-term relationship with Ted and Robin. Of course, they ended up together in the end. Could that kind of friendship turn, love? Could that be in the cards for Sophie and Jesse?
Right,
I think
exactly.
it could absolutely be.
Exactly.
I'm curious, in that first episode of both series, what a way to start the series with an engagement, right?
Engagement, right, yes.
Do you have any predictions surrounding that engagement? Of course, it's Sid and Hannah instead of Lily and Marshall.
Right.
Like How I Met Your Mother and How I Met Your Father. It's Sid and Hannah. Do you think that they're going to end up together? I'm
Well,
curious.
okay, I do believe they're in game. It just makes sense. Lily and Marshall were in game. You always knew that they were going to be together, no matter if they had little breaks in between. I do think to spice up the series, hopefully, Hannah and Sid will maybe go on a break and find other people, but I do believe that they are going to be endgame. I do really believe that.
Absolutely, but I think that them kind of breaking up and getting back together, as Lily and Marshall did, that makes sense to me because they've framed Sid as a possible option for Sophie.
Right.
The future father, but I don't think that it's him.
I don't either. I really don't think. I don't know who it is, but I don't think it's Sid.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about how in the show, in How I Met Your Mother, you can see the kids. You know what the kids look like.
Right.
But in How I Met Your Father, they don't show us what the son looks like. So it just leaves more mystery and it's open-ended.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm excited to see where the story goes.
I know, me as well. Well, if you're a Disney fan, you're going to love our next segment, all about Disney princesses, after the break.
Well, they all lived happily ever after. However, who comes out on top as the best or most popular Disney princess? Well, we are playing a little game of Disney princess ranking a la Dance Mom's Pyramid to determine who is the princess of all princesses. So, let's get started.
I just want to let everybody know I have the superior list.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, well, mine's
we'll
first.
see about
so.
that.
All right, so I started with the basics. I started with Snow White and Aurora because, you know, sleeps, we don't talk about them. Jasmine,
Last.
Jasmine, Pocahontas, and Mulan are next for me. They're not bad, they're just not my faves. Then we get into like some that I like better, which is Cinderella, Belle, Ariel, Anna, and Elsa. Great, but eh. And then my top four, my girls, Merida, Moana, Rapunzel, and then the top. Because, you know, she fought for what she wanted, and she worked for what she wanted. That is Miss Tiana, my Bayou Queen. Respect.
Okay.
Love her. Always will
Okay.
love her.
Well, Shane.
Well, like I said, I don't know if any of you've seen Dance Moms, but I'm gonna go all Abby Lee on this list.
Oh.
At the bottom of the pyramid,
Okay.
Merida, you turned your mom into a bear. So, try again.
But
Okay,
she just
fair
wanted her freedom.
Oh, do you want the freedom?
She wants her freedom.
Anyways, next, Anna. Okay, girl,
Okay.
you froze. So, I don't really care
Fine.
about you.
Yeah,
Snow
yeah.
White, next. Elsa, Snow White, Elsa, Elsa's just better than Anna. So, Snow White just didn't really do anything. She fell asleep.
Yeah.
Aurora and Cinderella are next. Only reason I put Cinderella above Aurora is because Cinderella 3, A Twist in Time. That's the only
Okay,
reason.
good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Good.
The best.
Such a good movie.
The
yeah.
best.
The
Oh my
best.
gosh. Next is Pocahontas. You know, I just really like the songs in that
Fair.
movie. But above Pocahontas, I put Moana because Moana, kind of an underrated princess in my opinion. I feel like
Absolutely.
she definitely went on a journey to save the world, to save her
Just
island.
because she didn't have a man, like,
Exactly.
she did
Not
not need
needed.
a man.
She had The Rock. That's the only man you need.
Fair
So,
point. Fair.
next, Jasmine, because now I'm gonna pick Jasmine, live action Jasmine, but I
Okay.
do
That
like
doesn't
Jasmine.
count.
No,
Naomi
because
Scott?
We're doing
yes, Naomi-
classic.
well, just because I felt like that movie made her more of a powerful individual.
I guess.
That's the only
yeah.
reason.
Yeah, she had her song.
Yeah,
Period.
Speechless is a bop. I listened to it in the shower today. Anyways, next is Rapunzel because we love a good bubbly personality. And now my top four. I put Tiana, Mulan, Belle, and Ariel.
I applaud
We
that.
love to see it.
I agree, similarly.
And I think my list is top tier, but I will say Tiana after your
I fight for her.
I think Tiana
Yeah.
should be number one.
Yep.
Okay, well, Kelsey.
So good
Go
job.
ahead, Kelsey.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job.
Mine won't be as more detailed. Pocahontas, I really haven't seen the movie, so I can't really get a good
point.
read on her.
Fair.
Merida, I did not like her storyline. Not really a fan.
She turned her mom into a bear.
She wants her freedom.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Shouldn't turn your mom into a bear. Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Cinderella
Next.
really did not do anything for the movie, if I'm being honest.
But Cinderella had the third movie. Let's just
Yeah,
remember.
the third movie was
And
good.
Gus Gus. And Gus
Period.
But we're talking about
The
Cinderella.
princess.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yes.
Moving on.
going on a tangent, Anna and Elsa, they both annoy me, but Anna is worse than Elsa. I think we can all agree on that.
A little bit.
Then,
little bit.
Mulan and Moana, they were thriving. They were doing great. They were doing amazing. Just, they're not my top five. If we're going to my top five, it's Jasmine, Rapunzel, Tiana, Ariel, and Belle. Belle is honestly just always been my favorite.
You are a Belle girl. I understand
Yeah.
that.
That's like one of the
I
best
understand
compliments
that.
I've ever received. I just love Belle's aesthetic.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a book reader, so like I can
Yes.
understand her. That's my list.
Okay.
Fair. All right,
Wow.
Gabby. Take us home, Gabs.
Okay, guys. Well, I have to be honest. I did my list backwards, so I'm gonna set up my favorites and go to the bottom.
Okay.
Whoa.
I know we're mixing it up a little
Brave.
bit.
All right.
Brave.
So we're gonna start with
Brave.
Ariel because like she's half girl, half fish. Love her. I just like was always drawn to her as a little kid. So yeah.
You're half fish.
No.
Oh.
But I was drawn to her as a
I
kid.
knew it.
I was a
I
swimmer.
knew
I
it.
knew it. I was a
Cute.
swimmer.
Cute. Cute.
Anyway, she's my first, and then Mulan, bad girl energy. She is a man to save her dad. Like,
Yeah.
Can we just give that a moment?
I know what you tried
You
to
understand?
say.
Okay, yeah. Cinderella.
She is the moment.
She is the moment. Cinderella classic. It's just a classic one, you know?
Oh, wait, can you explain that a little bit?
She has a castle in Disney World. Like, it is her castle.
That's true.
She's a staple in the
That's
Disney
true.
movement.
Makes sense.
They recolored it. It's
She is
pink
the
now.
movement.
And
It's not
now
pink.
she's the staple of Disney
She
World.
is the Disney. She is.
And she also has a third movie, so
Exactly. Yeah,
twist in
okay.
time.
But
So
anyway,
I can't let that go.
Fourth, Tiana, because her songs are killer. She kissed a frog. Then Belle, I don't really read. Rapunzel, she hit a guy with a frying pan. Come on. Pocahontas, Snow White, and Jasmine, Merida, Bear.
Bear.
Moana, Sleeping Beauty, she just left.
A bore.
She just left. Well, so that's my argument.
I can
Fair.
agree with all of. I understand each and every one of your lists, so
Okay.
I get it.
Fair. Well, we'll see who's the most green and who's the most in between. And which Blurb members represent the cast of the Muppets after the break.
I won, by the way.
No.
I'm
The Blurb is obviously the peak of television, but I think the closest contender is The Muppet Show. So how about we dissect our own characters and assign each cast member to a Muppet?
I love this. I'm
So-
excited.
Starting off, I think Shane is Fozzie.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I
Like,
can see it.
yeah, continue.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, Fozzie's the funny one.
yeah,
Exactly,
of course.
yeah.
of
He's
course.
just, look at his face. He's always smiling. We love him. He's a leader. And he always wears the pink little bow tie with the little polka dots on it. And
Yeah.
Shane loves pink.
Of course.
So
of
there's
course.
just no other way. He's perfect.
Yeah.
Fozzie and Shane are the same.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that Cameron is Janice. She's an icon. She's a fashion icon. She's always there
Absolutely.
for us.
Yes, she is so iconic.
Cameron
it
always
has to
has
be
the
Cameron.
best outfit.
She
Yes.
does. She
really
always
does.
walks into the newsroom looking phenomenal.
Yes.
Like, come on.
of course.
Yes.
So for me, we picked Scooter.
Yes, because you're so sweet. Oh my lord.
Yes.
You're so sweet.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
And Hayden, I think Hayden is Miss Piggy.
Absolutely.
He's a diva.
Total
Of
diva.
course.
Come on, he's a diva. He's the star of the show.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
The fashion.
It makes sense.
Yep. And then I think Kelsey is Walter because she's super sweet
And adorable.
yes.
And you just want to hug her. And yes, of
Yeah.
course.
And then I think Regine is Annie Supig because she's super sweet and she deserves the spotlight, quite honestly.
Of course she
Absolutely.
does.
Yeah.
And Gabby is Camilla the chicken. Because she's sassy, she's sweet, she's always the shining star. Come on.
And then I'm Beaker.
Yes, you are.
Just-
You are.
Just
Yes, you
because
are.
You're
I'm
quiet,
the
yeah.
quiet one. even
You're
though
quiet,
he's-
but we couldn't do it without you.
Yeah.
So it's just, it works perfectly.
all right. I think you're Dr. Teeth because
Oh, thank you.
you're a singer, of course, and like honestly, I feel like you could be a rock star if you
Oh,
wanted.
thank you so much. At Chloe R on Spotify. Alrighty, and then you are Pepe, the King Juan. Just you. No explanation is
the vibes.
necessary.
All right.
It just is what it is.
All right, and then I think one of our writers, Jenna, she's Dr. Bunsen Honeydew because she's super funny without even trying, and she's really smart, quite honestly.
And very sweet, yes. And then Meek is Animal because she's unbothered, she's carefree, she's go with the flow.
Our producer, Jenica, is a mix of Kermit and Gonzo. Because they're the leader and the producer like Kermit, and Gonzo is just for the vibes.
And then I think Jacob is Ralph just for the vibes, and also Frank Oz because he's like the hands behind what we're doing. Like honestly, I don't even know if these are my hands anymore.
All right, well that is all the time that we have today for the Blurb. Make sure to follow us at TV2 The Blurb on Instagram, and we will see you all next week.